Welcome back to another episode of the Sim Dynasty, and you're looking at a team that cannot win a flipping game this year. We're 1-3. Our only win is against the FCS school, which is really sad. So if we look back at this game, we lost 28-21. It looks like that the reason why is because we didn't score in the first quarter. They took the lead with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left, and we just could not get back in it. Team stats, we finally had a game with no turnovers, and they turned it over twice. We ran the ball 45 times for 215 yards, which is pretty good, and a touchdown. 9 for 20 passing, which isn't too bad, but 4 for 13 on third down. That is terrible. We were 2 for 2. We were 100% on touchdowns in the red zone. Pointer played the whole game, 9 for 20, 148 yards. That's not too bad. Running the ball, we ran it 20 times with Rhodes for 107 yards and a touchdown. Nash was 6 more. And Horner still with 17 carries. He's carrying the ball way too much. Receiving, well, no one really dominated this game. We had 2-2-2, 1-1-1. So nothing special here. Just a bunch of spread out passing and catching, I guess. We scheduled our first recruit for visit, which I believe was Edward Simpson, and we scheduled him week 9 against Rice. So as we roll back down through our the guys we're going after, we got a big lead here, so we dropped the points to 500. No one's really going after him. I don't want to drop him too much because he's only 29% lock, and it doesn't really take much for them to jump back in on him. Big lead here. We're trying to maintain our small lead here. We're trying to catch them here. That's going to wrap up recruiting for this week. All right, let's check out our game. We play the 3-1 Texas State Bobcats. Herbie is picking them to win. I think this is only the second time he's picked them this season, maybe ever, but for sure this season. He picked them against the FCS school. We're pretty much dominating the arrows. Arrows everywhere are on our side. That rush defense is 187.5 per game. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say we get 250 plus. Write that down here, lilshef, 250 plus this week, running the ball. Yeah, I'm talking trash as I'm 1-3. So we finally get another win. We get this against Texas State, our rivalry game, and oh my gosh, we came back in the fourth quarter to win this game. We were down 34-24 in the fourth quarter. But we did, Texas State had the lead early and often, it looks like, including they scored 24 points in the second quarter to go up 31-10 at halftime. And they added a field goal early third quarter, and then they didn't score again. We scored 21 unanswered points. We scored a touchdown with 1 minute and 59 seconds left to get the win. Wow. What a day. I can't believe how close it was. Let's see. Russian. Bam. 269. I think I called it. I think I said 250 plus is what we'd hang on them. And we hung 269. Passing 13 for 24 for 155 yards. And get this. 4 touchdown passes. We had no interceptions this game. We each lost a fumble, so that makes it kind of even, I guess, even out. We were terrible on third down, though. 2 for 8. But I guess that's good that we only had 8 third downs. We had 28 first downs, you see up there. We were 100% in the red zone. Our red zone defense was pretty good as they had 9 trips and only got 6 scores out of that. You'll have to check out lilshef's channel to find out how his players did. But we'll look at our players. Aaron Horner, 13 completions on 24 for 4 touchdowns, as we've already said. He was not sacked at all. Very nice. Again, Horner ran the ball 16 times. He's killing me with all these runs. I don't care if we won. It's killing us that he's running the ball that much. Rhodes added 16 for 100. What is the odds of those two guys combining or each going 16 for 100? Man, that's crazy. Stewart, the fullback, scored a touchdown. What, really? Lewis, 5 carries for 29 yards. Who had the fumble? Of course, Horner, the quarterback. That's why we don't want you running the freaking ball. Passing, Campbell Jr., the senior, 7 grabs for 95 yards. And get this, 3 touchdowns. What a day that was for him. The tight end Harris added 3 more. McNair, finally, he steps up and makes some catches too. He had 3 catches for 23 yards. So as we go look at championship contenders after our second win of the season, we jump up to number 73. We jump up 2 spots to number 73. And we dropped in 2018 to number 11. So we're dropping a little bit in 2018, which is okay because I think once we start signing some recruits this year, we'll have a better outlook for 2018. So far, we've signed 1 recruit. We're number 53 is our recruiting class on the year. We've only signed, like I said, the 1 who is the guard. Recruiting this week, I didn't make any changes except scheduling a few visits. And you'll see those here. Right there's one. No, I just scheduled him last week. We scheduled the wide receiver Presley in for week 9. We scheduled the outside linebacker for week 12. We scheduled the middle linebacker for week 9. And we scheduled the cornerback for week 9 as well. So a lot of guys visiting week 9. But we didn't change anything point-wise. We're going to roll with this for another week and see how that looks after next week. This week we play Marshall in Marshall. Not Marshall, Texas. Not Marshall Mathers. Or whatever his name is. But Mathers. Is that what it is? Mathers? Anyway, you guys can correct me in the comments if I leave this in. But Herbie's picking Marshall to win. It's going to be a tough game, but I think maybe we got some momentum on our side now, and we can quit turning the ball over. I can see that Marshall's turned the ball over more than us. They're -8 on turnovers. Wow, so maybe they'll turn the ball over to us, and we can turn that into points. Check this out. We somehow beat Marshall. This is just a great game. Look at that. They missed their extra point on their first touchdown. Then we scored 3 touchdowns in a row to go up 21-6. We have a 21-13 lead at halftime. They take the lead in the second half, in the third quarter, and go up actually 28-21. Then we score 2 touchdowns in a row. They tied up, and then we scored another one with 35 seconds to win the game. This sounds like an exciting game. We had 29 first downs. We only gave up 17. Check that out. 522 yards of offense. 255 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. We even threw the ball well. 18 for 33. Guess what? No turnovers. Horner, 18 for 33. 267 yards and a touchdown. A great day for him. Rhodes, 21 carries for 110 yards. Lewis, 12 carries for 47 yards. And Horner, only 7 carries. He turned those 7 carries into 66 yards, but very nice that he finally is letting the running backs do the running. McNair leading us in catches. That's a couple games now he's led us in catches. 7 for 133. Campbell Jr. added a touchdown with 6 catches. And the tight end with 3 catches. Checking out the championship contenders, we jump up to number 60 now, up 13 spots. And we even jumped up back in 2018. Amazing what a win will do for you in 4 years, huh? Since we're about halfway through the season, we'll go ahead and check out the conference outlook. We're 3-3, 2-1 in conference, and we still have several games to play. We haven't played any division games yet. All of our games have been on the other side, so we'll get to play everyone on our side still. As we look at season stats, we're 88 for 177 for Horner passing for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Since his rough start, he's really slowed down on the interception. Running the ball, Rhodes with 98 carries for 547 yards and 7 touchdowns. He just surpassed Horner for the team lead in rushing attempts. Horner has 451 on the ground. And Nash, the freshman, has 176. Receiving, Campbell Jr., the senior, 354 yards on 30 catches and 5 touchdowns. Harris has added 18 more catches for 226 yards. McNair's got 17. Stewart's got 13. Rhodes 8. Just a few different guys sprinkled in there with catches. The senior Holman is leading us in tackles still. Probably leading us in sacks. I see he's got 5 is what it looks like over there. Really, the seniors, juniors, and seniors are dominating our defense, it looks like. Leslie Gray is 4th in tackles and 3.5 sacks. Yeah, Holman's leading us in sacks. Leslie and Henry each have 3.5 sacks. We got 2 interceptions, one by our junior cornerback and one by the senior linebacker. So we're going to go ahead and use our next level up to upgrade to unlock 3 recruits per season. We don't need this right now, but we'll go ahead and do that now. We got 3 guys ready for a visit, so let's go ahead and get them scheduled. We're going to go ahead and schedule them with Rice. Since no one else is scheduling these guys, let's schedule them as early as we can. So all 3 will go against Rice. So I moved points around just a little bit. You can see we're still pulling away with most of these guys, but I don't want to take too many points off of them until I know that we're going to go ahead and be able to lock them up. So we're going to kind of roll with this week. As we're loading up our next game to look at, don't forget to go check out lilshef's channel and check out his video. He's over there at Texas State. Find out how they're doing and if they how that team's looking and coming along. Make sure you check that out. Tell him I sent you. Okay, so playing LA Tech. Last year they beat us, if you may remember. And this year looks like we have, as lilshef likes to say, all the arrows. And that we have all but 2. So hopefully we're going to be able to turn all those arrows into a big win. I'm not sure why we have an arrow for turnover differential, because we're definitely losing that compared to them. But come back next episode and find out how we did.